Example 11, part 1. The region T is bound by the curve x squared plus 5, okay, the y-axis, as well as the line y equals to 6. So for part 1, we need to find the volume that is generated when region T is rotated about the y-axis, which forms a solid that looks something like that. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? So similar to the volume that is generated by rotating an area about the x-axis. Yeah, so first we will think about how do we estimate the area of this region. So we will do so by having rectangles of equal width to estimate the area here. So for simplicity, we will just use one rectangle to estimate this region here. Okay, so you do see that the length is actually the x coordinate of this point, and the width is actually delta y. So if we want to use this rectangle to estimate the volume that is generated by region T rotating about the y-axis, okay, you will see that this rectangle will actually generate a cylinder, and this cylinder has a radius of x, okay, the x coordinate of this point, and the height of the cylinder is actually a delta y. So this is definitely an estimation only. So how will the estimation improve? It will improve when we use more rectangles to estimate the area, and each of these rectangle is rotated about the y-axis to form the cylinder. So as we have more cylinder being used, you will see that the width of each cylinder will approach 0. So when this case happens, we know that the sum of all the cylinders will actually be the volume of the solid that is generated when the region is rotated about the y-axis. So this volume can be denoted by a definite integral that is integrating of pi x squared dy. Okay, so you do see that this is actually the formula for the cylinder, pi r squared, where the radius is the x coordinate and the height is the delta y. Okay, and we will input the upper and lower limit, okay, to denote where do we want to, how big the region are we, how big the volume are we finding. Okay, so applying it to this particular question, we will see that the volume that is generated, right, can be found by integrating pi x squared from lower limit 5 to upper limit 6. Okay, so what is the formula, or what is the expression for x squared? So we know that the curve is y equals to x squared plus 5. So by rearranging it, we will get the expression for x squared, okay, which is y minus 5. And we are going to integrate this expression with respect to y. Okay, so by right, we are supposed to find or make x the subject and then substitute the x into y. But since this question, we can just simply rearrange the equation and straight away we can get x squared, we will just do so. Okay, and after which we will integrate the terms with respect to y, and then input the upper and lower limits, and that is our answer.